whatever time you may view this. I am your host, Darshawn McAway. We have Xavier Thomas in the building. What's going on?
Hello. What's going on? What's going
on with you? All right, man. Holla at you, man.
You know it.
All right, man. So let's get into it. We're gonna talk about your books, what you've been up to. What's your temperature today? What's up with you?
I'm hot right now and sweating like crazy right now. I'm tired. I just came off a video game and had a game today for basketball for the men's league. So I'm tired right now. Been doing all types of stuff, man.
So you trying to get these books back out there again? You know, we gotta get the sales going. Got to get the sales going. And a lot of times, the reason this is so kicked back is because I had already been telling people about you anyway.
Thank you.
And, you know, this YouTube crowd, they've been with us for a minute.
That's what's up.
They've been with us for a minute, so they're familiar. They're familiar with you.
What?
So let's go ahead and talk about your first book. Let's talk about the first one, and also like the process, if you remember the process.
Oh man, I still remember to this day. I'll never forget it. So it was actually this book right here called "It's Just Us." Really started in 2017, and you were the one that actually got me into it. First of all. And just coming off of graduation from college and just having a good time, and then you was just telling me like, hey man, like I got these books for you, you know, you can start doing this, and you was telling me the process for how things work. And at that time I wouldn't say I wasn't feeling it, but I definitely was just unsure because I was trying to figure out my own path and what I want to do.
Right.
Then, you know, fast forward 2019, the house fire came out of nowhere. And I think it was March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was March. So when that happened, I mean, you're talking about losing everything besides the clothes on my back that day and my car. And I mean, I didn't have nothing.
Right.
So at that point, I mean, shoot, I thought I was going to go back to Chicago, you know, and leave Arkansas for good and not, you know, be able to grow a family or anything like that. Man, well, luckily that happened. I had people around me here that just blessed me.
Right.
I want to say that Friday we had the house fire. And kid you not, literally within those 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I think we had the whole community and people outside of you know, from other countries and things like that. They saw our story and they blessed all of us,
right.
You know, that whoever lived in that household. And so, I mean, I got back on my feet within 2 days.
Yeah.
So I was able to stay and able to continue to work. And at some point, you know, as time went on, that same year, 2019, I was just trying to figure out my way. Just like, all right, I got to give me a place. I got to do this. I got to do that. Long story short, found me a house, and all of a sudden, I just said, you know what, man? Honestly, it's just time to write a book.
Yeah.
I got to start telling my story.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think it's important for everybody to share their story, share their testimony.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I want to say later in the fall/winter time, that's when I was working 2 jobs, still kind of going to school, trying to get the bachelor's degree or master's degree at the time. I mean, 2 jobs, still kind of going to school, playing basketball, and writing poetry. And I mean,
everybody's calling. They're messing up my interview. This is how I'd be like,
you famous dog.
I know, man. Dog, that's why I got so many phones.
Oh my God.
That's why I got so many phones.
Tell them to call that.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, man, it was just good. So after that happened, man, I just honed in and called you, and I just said, yo, it's time for me to start writing a book. And at that point, I just kept working, kept, you know, kind of going to school, and then just, you know, figuring my own path, trying to get promoted while also writing books late at night, or write poems late at night, I meant to say. And long story short, I want to say, what was it, January?
Yeah.
January of 2020, the beginning?
Yeah.
Before or right as the pandemic was kind of happening overseas, that's when I came out with my first book. And shoot, within those 5 minutes, I ain't gonna lie to you, I cried because I couldn't believe I made something.
Right.
You know, that I can say that was my own.
Right.
And even though, but I also say that it's ours because you helped me. Shout out to the 2 women that helped me out, my artist, Kate, and then Caitlin helped me with the picture design up there.
Yeah.
And so I give credit to y'all, really.
Hey, man. Well, without you, I'm glad that you actually had believed in me. And remember, I was telling you, like, hey, I'm going to show you, I'm going to be very transparent with you. I'm going to show you how I go, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people keep on asking me, like, I want to write a book, and nobody never really follows through.
Yep.
You know, so I did give you your time and your space.
Yep.
And I remember that day. But I was like, listen, I'm gonna show you how it goes. I'm gonna show you exactly what I've been doing. Been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, next thing he know, he just kept on cranking them out. And he was like, hey, I'm ready for another one. I'm ready for another one. I'm ready for another one.
And see, the thing is too, it's like, what people really don't understand is that, yeah, you want to do something, but they really don't want to put the work in. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I quit probably at least 11 times during that whole process. But then what I did was I wrote a sticky note every morning that was just like, hey, get that book done. You promised yourself, you promised your family, get that book done. You want to leave a legacy. And just that little sticky note kept making me want to keep going.
Right.
So you got to find like little ways, because the mind is very tricky and it can mess with you.
Yep.
You can mess with yourself and be like, damn, like, do I really want to do this? I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But then when you're actually doing it, you at some point in time you begin to enjoy the journey, especially after your first one. Because now I just enjoy doing it. I take my time and I review my work and ask questions like, hey, does this look right? Does that look right? But it doesn't help. It helps a lot to have some type of little thing on the side to
So then once you get it published, like that first time, you start to get a good feel for it. I think a lot of people are scared of that first stage. So back in the day, though, a lot of people were trying to write a manuscript and submit it to a publisher.
Right.
So I picked up the same format. It's just that someone has to go through me. But I decided not to be like the traditional publishing houses to really hold people to like this crazy contract.
Right.
It was more so like, hey, listen, I can help you put it out there, and then you on your own.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really happen like that for a lot of people. So with that being said, when I did that for you, how did that make you feel?
Honestly, it made me feel good for, I think it was just the responsibility on it. That's what it was, because it's all on you at the end of the day. Yeah, you can, it's like that old saying, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
So it's like, for me, like, yeah, I can lead you and guide you, like, hey, this is what we can do, this is what you got to do, line by line, but you got to write the material.
Yeah.
And so when you battling within yourself, it's just like, it's like I said, like, oh, you're just trying to figure it out. Like, do I want to do this? Or I don't want to do this. And you keep going back and forth, but you have to stay consistent. If you was consistent in the beginning, follow all the way through, because I guarantee you, once you get it done, it's like this huge fulfillment just comes out of nowhere. It's like, like, I just did my first huge event, whatever that is.
Right.
And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do another. Like, because I'm telling you, when you get past that finish line, it's like, now it's like, can't nobody tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, the process is hard, but dude, it's all about the responsibility.
But see, the thing that you were really excited about the most is when I told you the process of how long it's going to take for it to hit Walmart.
Oh boy, yeah. I was scrolling. I was just like, I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
I was just so excited to see that. But when that day came and I saw it in Walmart, I said, I'm in Walmart?
Yeah.
I said, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's what, bro. I just couldn't believe it.
I told him, I say, it's going to take a few weeks. I say, remember, because I was telling you, I say, man, put my name on it, attach my name to it and watch what happens.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, is that easy? I say, well, it's only that easy for me.
Yeah.
And I say, in a couple of weeks, I say, I'm already in there. So I say, just put my name on it and watch what happens. It was like 3 weeks, maybe 4. Boom. I say, bro, you're booking Walmart. He was like, what? You lying? You lying? I said, bro, you're booking Walmart. It's in Barnes and Nobles. It's in Books A Million. He's like, you lying? And he went to telling everybody.
Yo, hey, that was crazy.
He went to telling everybody.
Man,
Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb, man.
You got to put that thing on this.
You know something,
oh
man.
My God, somebody, bro, they love you. They love you.
Where the thing at?
Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. You're messing me up here.
Oh my goodness, man.
It's supposed to be
I
conducting
ain't
the
gonna lie to
interview.
you, man. That was the most crazy. I just could not believe it, bro. And what's crazy is after 4, what is it? This is your number 4? Yeah, it's been 4 years now. So like, it's still up there. And sometimes I'll check it randomly, like, it's still up there just to see.
Yeah.
And it's just so dope to see that you have a beautiful, that's your baby, right? Like, you 4 years old, still strong. You know, we about to celebrate number 5, right?
Yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Man, boy.
Yeah. And it's now it's just easy as pie. just putting it up there, and then you can just tell people where to go. Because remember, I was telling you, I say, man, in today's time, I say you don't even really need a website.
No, not really.
You just need to tell people where to go. You know, I say I got a website because I just had it, but I say for the most part, sales are coming through Amazon, Walmart, whatever. I say you don't even really have to do that, because I was telling you how to cut back on money.
Right.
Like, look, I'm gonna show you how to do this, and I ain't gonna even charge you. Just see what you can do on your own.
Yeah.
You're not gonna really find too many people that's gonna do that.
Right.
And then I was like, bro, just call me anytime you want to. There's been plenty of days where you're on the phone with me, hey, read this. I'm like, I think it's fine. And a lot of times when it comes down to poetry, like I was telling you, it has to stay in your language in order for it to come across. Right. So a lot of what we did, we didn't have to do too much grammar. We just had to fix the format. But as far as like the punctuation, it has to be a certain type of way because it has to reflect the author. Yeah. So I was happy to see you do it, man. Shoot. Because I remember I told you somebody finally take me up on my word. Like, I'm like, I'm here. Like, use me, but don't use me. You know what I mean? Like, come on, I can show you how to do this. Because I always get people asking me, I want to write a book and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, well, just give me a call and I'll step you through it. Yeah. And nobody never followed up. You were like, maybe you and like 3 other people that actually followed up and took me, took my word for it. Yeah. But you were the one that went further than everybody else, because you was like, I got another one. I'm working on another one. I was like, come on, let's do it. Yeah. Pump them out.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like, I think my first one still gives a lot of love because everybody loves that red color. And they love like the design, which is like the men have like that golden crown and the women have like the platinum crown on top of it. They just love that. It's just the color and the way that it looks. I don't know where that idea came from. It's just, it's like, oh, let's do it. Let's throw that on there. Let's throw that on there. And then I was like, hey, just go crazy. One thing I did do is let you guys like roam free. Yeah. I didn't put limitations too much on it. Like, I was like, oh, you got to have it like this way. No, I'll let you guys like be creative and be like, hey, like, even though I'm giving you this idea, I want you to put it in your way so that it comes together. And like literally, like, it just came out just the way that it is for each one. Yeah. So
it's a blessing, man.
It is, man. Hey, I'll tell you another crazy thing that's just random, and it's, I've never read so much more, for one, and then 2, when you're doing poetry in general or just reading a book, you come across certain words that you like, I don't even understand this word. Like, what does this word means? Yeah. And you start looking up the definition of it, and you start, to me, in a way that kind of helps expand your vocabulary, in my opinion. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I love it and I enjoy it. And I encourage people like who read books, like as you're reading it, you see a word that you just cannot pronounce, that you don't understand. You're like, okay, what does that mean? What does that say? And then you just go to your dictionary and just read it. You're like, oh, I've never known that. Yeah. So that's one of the beauty of is poetry. And then also you get to read other people's, stories. Right. Because sometimes that also helps give you like, a good idea of like what's your next poem going to be. Yeah. I'm not saying copy them, don't copy them. That's crazy. Yeah. But but it helps you, expand more, because at first I was all about just straight love. Yeah. Then I started finding like love poems and stuff like that. Then I was just like, well, okay, I can't just talk about love all just the time. Like at some point that's going to dry out. Let's talk about something like a little bit more real. Let's get more in depth. So then I started talking about more about what the athlete goes through, the mindset of an athlete, both on and off the court. Then I started talking about my own religious ways and like how I believe in the man above, and having a relationship with him. Then I started talking about, in one of my books, which is Just Hit Different, this one right here, I started talking about, sexual needs or desires, but using a lot of metaphors to describe like, this is the only person that I want to be with, or this is what I dealt with at this time. So, which I enjoy. And also just challenging myself, like, okay, like, shoot, what else can I do? Right. Let's step outside the box. Yeah. And I did that.
Yeah, you definitely did that. So you did that for sure. One of the biggest things that I think I remember telling you was, if something was to ever happen to you, what I would do to your sales, giving it over, not even putting up a fight and say, hey, Mom Dukes, here's all his stuff. Yeah. Here's the login, all that type of stuff. Yeah. Something that's very rare, because when most people get into publishing contracts, that publisher just own your whole life. Right. And my experience of going through that, because I told you I bought myself out of my contract, was I didn't have no life of my own. So when I try to help people publish their books, it's like I'm really putting a lot of responsibility on you. And it's almost like somebody asking for help and you give them the help. And it's like, that's the most I can do for you. You got to go talk about it on your own.
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, man, whatever, if anything happened to you, this is what I'm going to do. But you got to do like me, talk about it all the time and get it out there and watch the money come in. When you seen the money come in, I was like, hey, got a check for you, got a direct deposit for you. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, for real? You lying. He always said that to me. You lying. I was like, no, man.
No, but you see, you got to talk about that more because I don't think they really understand that part of what you dealt with at that time. Because, you gave me a blessing path, which I always tell you all the time, like, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But you got to talk about that more because that's not an easy thing because I don't even know what that's like.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had that type of experience.
I mean, it's just one of those things as to where I didn't want to be so money hungry to keep something for myself and be like, well, listen, man, here's a direct deposit. Give me your email. You know, where you want me to send it? You want me to send it to you on, I think it was like Cash App was available.
Yeah.
And you had chose PayPal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you about to get a direct deposit from me. And like, I think I said like, it's going to come in like 30 seconds. And he was like, you lying. I was like, yeah, it's coming to you right now. And he was like, we did this? I'm like, yeah, you did that right there. I said, just keep on doing what you're doing. It's going to turn out to be more. Yeah. And I was telling you like, man, you can amplify this. You just got to keep on talking about it. Yeah. But you was going through a situation too, where you were you was like working somewhere, trying to push the book, caught up in the situation, you know.
Yes.
But I think it was always my like goal to show people like you can make money and work where you're working at and watch how this come in. You know, and when you saw that, you was like, okay, I know what I got to do. I just need to talk about this some more. Yeah. And you was like, I see why you doing what you doing. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, but nobody don't really catch it like that. Yeah. People look at it like it's a hard feat. And I'm like, it's really not that hard.
Yeah. But I also think that it's easy to talk about it, but it really, you got to really have a foundation like of friends that put it on their social media, put it, you know, talk about it on their end too. Right. Because otherwise it's not going to really get out there. Right. You know? Right. So I also have to, not only just for us, but like it has to be like, hey, this is my friend, check them out. Right. This is what they do. Right. That word of mouth. Right. Especially when it comes down to books, the word of mouth is like really the biggest thing. And in today's time, the shorts are running crazy. Yeah. At first, it was just a post, and then people would share it. Right. Now you got the shorts where it's kind of running on automation. They're trying to make sure people find videos now. Yeah. So that's a different way of word of mouth. But the original word of mouth, to me, always works best. Yeah. Telling somebody, and then they tell somebody, and then they tell somebody, and the next thing you know, you're here doing an interview, and you're talking about like your next book coming out and stuff like that. So. Yeah, I really appreciate you for your time, man. I've been wanting to get you in the studio for a hot little minute. Hey, man, life has been crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But it's. Can I actually talk about it?
If you want to. If you want to.
All right.
And a lot of people gonna see it now.
Man, you know what? I think we'll save it for another time.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I would say it's just a blessing that I am in, and I never thought that I would get to this. To this moment. I'm very, very, very excited. I'll wait on it till next time.
I'm proud of you too. Yeah. That's why I say this is another way I can help contribute to that. Yeah. And I was like, bro, you gotta come by the studio. Yeah. It's been here for a minute. Come, listen to me. Come on, because I know what's about to happen. Yeah. I know what's about to happen. But we got you in here. We got the books on the forefront. Is there anything else you want to elaborate on?
Man, honestly, I probably have to say the therapy for a lot of people. I definitely would say therapy because there's a lot of people who don't deal with their mental, of course, and that's a big thing now, and everybody, we talk about it, but you really have to have a very strong mind and will to want to do something, and pray for it. And whatever you believe in, that's your beliefs. I ain't gonna I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. That's your beliefs. But if you really want to do something, you know, find small ways and pray and whatever to get to that destination.
Right.
And okay, if you on this path and for some odd reason there's a blockage right here, okay, well, you got to go around it somehow. You got to figure out another path to get around it to get to your destination.
Yeah.
It is not easy. We know it's not easy. If it was, everybody and their mama could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say whatever that dream is, find a way to get there, ask for help. That's the biggest thing, actually. We got to stop saying, oh, independent, I could do this by myself. Like, shut up. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is okay to ask for help. I'm 30 and I look like I'm 20.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've asked for help now. Because in my 20s, I used to be like the same way. I used to be like, y'all know I got it. And I'm not real. What you don't realize is you're blocking your blessing, especially if you're leaving the man above. Like, I'll ask him like, hey, man, like, you know, like, God, like, I need this, I need that, I need that. And he'll literally send somebody to me, stranger or a family member. And they'll be like, hey, I thought about you today. Here, I got this gift for you. And I'm like, nah, and I'm rejecting it.
Yeah.
So not only am I blocking the blessing that I asked for, but I'm also blocking their blessing here on earth and rejecting them like as if I'm like, to them, I'm like, oh, I don't need your gift, like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And that's probably how they're, the other person receiving it.
Right,
so
right.
now I have learned to say, shut the hell up.
Right.
Shut the hell up and just say thank you.
Yeah,
That is my
you.
motto now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Shut the hell up, say thank you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
shut the hell up and just say thank you. That's what I will leave you guys with.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
when somebody says, do you need some help with something? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not
Yeah.
turning down no help. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Because
Now I know there are some people out there that will be like, oh, since I helped you now, I need, be careful with them folks now.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. But if you need help and you know that you need help, just accept it.
Right.
Just shut up and say thank
Yeah.
you. That's
Yeah.
all I have to leave for y'all.
accept the blessing for sure.
Accept it. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And guess what? You done missed out.
You done missed out.
Yeah. Now you sitting there struggling all over again. We all need help. We all need each other. We all know this. We know better. So
Hey man, I realize that we're not in this world alone, and it's damn near impossible just to do everything by yourself anyway.
especially nowadays. God,
You know. So
I'm over here trying to find a house.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm like, look, give me all the help I get.
Yeah, give me all the
Donate
help I
to me.
need.
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
just give it to me.
I say everybody.
I have no shame. I don't even care. You want to judge me? That's on you. I don't care. Look, I'm asking for help.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm definitely asking for help.
For real, man.
Let me get some help, man.
Yes. So let me win the lottery. It's a wrap.
Oh, it's a wrap. This is a done deal. We got Xavier Thomas in the building. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
By
Thank
all
you, thank
means,
you.
we're going to update the description, but
Yeah.
tell them your website's still active?
No, it'll be active next year.
Okay. So just go ahead and look up. Actually, what you can do is just look up Xavier Thomas, and you're going to see his stuff pop up because the way I put things online, I got it to where his name kind of pops up.
Yes.
So you can type in any of the titles that you see here, just hit different, and you'll see all of his books. You'll catch them on Walmart, which is one of our biggest accomplishments, by the way.
Yeah.
Because let me just say this real quickly.
Oh, Lord.
You know how impossible it is to get a product inside of Walmart?
Yes.
It's like you got people who fly from China to come over here. And then you got little old me.
Yeah.
They got grandfathered in. I'm like, hey, just put my name on it, bro. Watch this.
Yeah, I've even talked to some people that like work for Walmart, and also they always tell me all the time, like, dude, it is not that easy.
It's not.
It is not that
It
easy.
is not that easy. And I've been walking it like I talk it for a long time.
I think what, 15 years?
Yeah, about 15 years.
Yeah, about 15 years.
Oh, also, I never showed the
15
picture. I tell them about you. Remember the day I got the children's book inside of Walmart,
Yeah.
and the guy
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
I got the picture, but I don't show it.
Yeah.
Nobody understands that moment when he came back. Go ahead.
So let me tell you. All right, let me tell y'all that crazy story. So what happened was I think it was in Bentonville, right? Yes,
Yeah.
it was in Bentonville. We were going to the home office. At that particular time, this gentleman just walks out the door. And we're walking past him. He says hello to us. We greet him back and things like that. And something literally just said, Zay, turn around and talk to that man. And I literally turned around and I said, excuse me, sir. And I asked him about something that we were going to go do there. And long story short, he was like the VP of what was it, International?
International Entrepreneurial Division.
Yeah, that's what it was. And literally, that's how crazy it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talked to him probably for like about a good 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And he just guided us through the whole thing, and he got him in there and just...
It changed everything.
It changed everything. Like,
everything.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, still to this day, sometimes I think about it, I'm just like, dude, like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I got the picture that you took too when he came back to shake my hand because he was like, he knew I was gonna get it.
Yeah.
I was holding Anaya, and then was there.
Dude.
And I got the picture. I be wanting to show it, but I have to blur out somebody's face. But because the situation changed. That moment right there, bro, changed my life forever. Because after they did that, they started putting the other books in, and then that's when I was telling you, like, listen. Just put my name on it, watch this. And you was like, is it that easy? I say, it's gonna be that easy for me. And then next thing you know, you start cranking out book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. So we're working on 5 and we're gonna get them going.
So technically, I've had 5 and 6 done a long time ago.
Okay.
Because one of them is gonna be a children's book that I'm gonna turn, well, I'm gonna turn one of my poems into a children's book. We talked about it.
Yeah.
We just gotta get the...
Yeah, we gotta get the stuff together.
Gotta get the stuff together.
That's fine. Whenever you're ready. That's one thing I got to be patient with him. I got to be 2 years, 3 years.
No, you ain't got to wait that long. God, listen, it's just my schedule changed, man.
Yeah, you know where to find me.
So much, man.
You know where to find me. You know where to find me.
Okay, listen, Sunday evenings is just going to have to be our evenings where we sit here and just get everything out. Because I got it all done. I do. I just got to now put it all in order like I did before with the rest of these books. And then just get that picture and boom, we done. Like literally. So. And
also I make the process fun too. You know, I give you all the creative control. I don't really have too much pushback. Only pushback I give him is for him to understand that you're not writing this book just for a certain group of people. You have to create it for the masses. Yeah. Because I be trying to get them to get as much money as they can. Yeah. You know, and also I let them know how long the shelf life lasts with these books too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. That's why he kept on cranking out another book and another book. But the children's book, that'll last for a long time.
I hope so, man. I really do. That's all I can do is I can't wait to get this would be actually my very first personal children's book ever. Because I do have another children's book. I don't have it with me right now. But I did this children's book with me and I think like 12 or 8, either 8 to 12 other teachers. Yeah. Predominantly all women, and then I was just the only guy in there. And we talked about before, during, and after what we're going to do during the pandemic. I think it was called New Ways of Learning, Corona Struck, 2024. Yeah, that's what it is. And you can find that on Amazon as well. Yeah, for sure. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Xavier Thomas. He's talking about a little bit of his books, the process. We talked about a little bit of the publishing and how it goes. Yes. I stopped accepting people a long time ago. I said, I ain't putting my help out there no more. So he's my protege. He's the most successful one. Because I said, I'm not even telling nobody how to do this ever again. I say, forget that. Nobody want to take me serious. I'll just take the money for myself, right? And so I just kept on cranking out children's books. Yo, that's crazy. Anyway, we out of here. Thank you for listening to wildpodcast.me. I'm your host, Darshawn McAway. We'll have Xavier back again. Yes. Today is just a little impromptu-ness. Trust me, you're going to see him again because he got some stuff he got to take care of. He got some stuff he got to get. Hey, he waiting for those direct deposits to come back through. We'll catch y'all later, man. All right. Peace, y'all. It has been a blessing. Oh, man.